Hey, Wayne. Has Tanya been in touch with you? She hasn't come back home yet.
Nope, I haven't heard anything. Why would she text me before you?
Because she's pretty close to you these days. But on the other hand, she's been a bit distant from me lately.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. When I have work, she just lays around the house and doesn't do anything. But she's always late back on my days off. It feels like she's intentionally avoiding me. Is it like a late rebellious phase she's entering after she started college?
It's a difficult age. At that age, you suddenly have a lot of responsibility thrust onto you. She's just reached an age where she wants some independence from her mom.
Is that what's going on? But why's she okay with you, but not me? She tells you everything, right?
Some things are a little awkward to talk about with your parents. Sometimes it's easier for her to talk with people who aren't related.
You aren't exactly a stranger to her, are you? You are her stepfather, you know?
Yeah, I know. But aren't I more like a friend than a father to her?
A friend?
It's only natural. When we got married, Tanya was already 16. It's difficult for her to suddenly accept some old guy like me as a father figure.
I guess so, but...
She's probably just coming back late because she's enjoying her college life. When I was around her age, I barely stayed at home at all. She'll calm herself down after a while. She'll get bored of it eventually.
You're too optimistic.
You told me that you love that about me. Isn't that why you married me?
You're always saying that. It's hard to disagree when you use my own logic against me.
Exactly. That's why I did it. Anyway, I'll text her to go home too. I'll do what I can, but she's an adult now, so ultimately it's up to her. Don't worry too much. Remember that a rebellious phase is just that. A phase.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll have to wait and see. I'll leave it to you to text her. Tanya? You're still home, right? You've been cooped up in the bathroom for some time. Are you okay, sweetie? I'm fine. I just didn't feel so good. Did you throw up? Do you have a fever? I wonder if it's stomach flu. Do you need to see a doctor? I told you, Mom, I'm fine. You don't need to worry so much. But you've been unwell for a few days now. It doesn't seem like you're getting any better. I'm just having some particularly bad PMS. You've been having to skip school a lot. I hope your grades aren't slipping because you're missing so much school. I'll take the morning off today, so let's go see a doctor together. You ought to get a proper diagnosis so you know what it is. You're overreacting. Really, I'm all right. I wanted to give you time to get better on your own by taking it easy. That really would have been the best. But you don't seem to be getting any better after a few days. What if you fail your exams this year and you have to retake another year? College tuition isn't free, you know. I would know, because I'm the one covering it all. It's not my fault if I have to skip out of this year because I'm ill. You can say that after you've done everything you can to get diagnosed and treated. We have modern medicine for a reason, you know. Oh, cut it out, Mom! Just leave me alone! You don't have to treat me like a baby anymore! That's my job as a mother to take care of you, no matter how old you are. Anyway, get ready to go see a doctor. Let's go see a gastroenterologist I know. I went to see her when I got horrible food poisoning after eating oysters. They don't normally need appointments, but maybe I should call just in case. Don't forget to bring your insurance card. I'm seriously fine! There's no point in me going! What do you mean, no point? Even if they can't figure it out and give you a cure, at the very least, they'll be able to eliminate some possibilities. It's not a problem that can be solved by going to a stomach doctor. That's why I'm saying there's no point.
You're still not making sense. Are you hiding something, Tanya?
No, I'm not hiding anything.
Just tell me the truth. Do you have some reason why going to the doctors would be a problem for you?
I told you, it's nothing.
You've been weird these days. It feels like you're trying to avoid me. I think you're pale nowadays, too. I know you've been vomiting a lot. You try to do it quietly, but I always hear you. Tanya, I want you to be honest with me right now. You're not pregnant, are you?
So what if I am?
Are you really pregnant?
Did I say that?
But if you are, it would all make sense. That's it, isn't it? You're pregnant, aren't you?
You're really making me do this? Yes, you're right. I'm pregnant.
I thought so. Why didn't you tell me right away?
Because I thought you'd just get mad.
I mean, never mind that. You have to see a doctor anyway. Have you been to a gynecologist?
I haven't yet.
I guess you had a pregnancy test, right? When did you find out you've got a baby?
Last week.
Then you have to go to the hospital very soon. You need to have a proper checkup, regardless of whether you have the baby or not.
I'm having the baby! It's my precious child that I had with the man I love!
But you're still in college, Tanya! What on earth are you thinking? Who did you have a baby with? Is he from the same college? You need to talk with him, too.
You don't need to tell me, Mom. I'm not a kid.
Do you think you can marry this guy? Does he have a job? You're still a college student and you're being fed by your parents. He needs to at least have a job. Otherwise, how will you afford a baby? Childcare is expensive, you know.
He's working. He's an upstanding member of society.
A guy who gets a college student pregnant? He might have a job, but I don't know if it's fair to call him an upstanding member of society.
Don't you dare talk bad about him! This is exactly what I was afraid of. Honestly, I hate you.
Maybe I went a little too far. But giving birth and raising a child, it's all very demanding. I'm just upset that he would do this and ruin your life while you're still at college. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
You've been watching me ever since Dad passed away, right? I had a really difficult time raising you as a single mother. I don't want you to go through the same thing that I did.
Don't treat me the same as you, Mom. I have a partner who loves me. He told me that I mean the world to him. I'm not going to be a single mother.
I see. Well, that's good. But just words won't cut it. So, let's invite him to our house and talk it over.
I can't do that.
Why not? You said he loves you, right?
I mean that it's literally impossible. We can't invite him or bring him here. That's the problem here.
That's enough. Stop being so cryptic. Talk like a normal person. Why can't you bring him here?
Because he's already here. The father's in the house.
What? He's already in the house? You can't possibly mean...
It's Wayne. He's the father of the baby that I'm carrying.
What? Since when has this been happening? You can't be serious. OMG, please tell me you're lying.
It was more than half a year ago now. When you were working, Wayne asked me to go on a date. He told me that I'm so lovely so many times after that. It started slowly at first, but we started developing feelings for each other. And then it just sort of happened.
He called you lovely? It wasn't just an innocent compliment to his stepdaughter? You're telling me he meant it romantically.
For sure. He told me that he finds me in my youth a lot more attractive than you. And he said that he loves me and that I'm the most important thing in the world to him. He even said that he's going to divorce you to marry me. Wayne said that? Are you really sure? I can't believe that he hit on you and got you pregnant. He's your stepfather, for goodness sake! I can't accept this. It's absolutely ludicrous. Mom, you're just jealous, aren't you? Excuse me? Did you seriously just call me jealous? You're frustrated because I took Wayne away from you. I admit, I felt guilty towards you a little at first. But you can't break us up, so just give it up. Because Wayne and I truly love each other. Wait, Tanya. I don't know what honeyed lies Wayne told you, but calm yourself down a minute. Isn't he way out of line? He not only seduced his stepdaughter, but someone young and vulnerable like you. I'm disappointed in myself that I couldn't notice that side of him. You better believe I'm going to sit down with him and have a serious discussion with him about this. But I don't think that the bright future that you're picturing with him is going to become a reality. We're going to make it together, Mom. I feel respected and valued by Wayne. You're just trying to ruin things between us because you're going to be ditched by him. The old, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. Don't make assumptions, Tanya. Somehow, I don't think Wayne will make you happy. Okay then, why don't we ask him? If you hear the truth from Wayne himself, you'll be convinced, right? Let's make it clear by asking him directly. Which one of us he truly loves. Good idea. But before you go ahead and do that, let me prepare a little. We don't want to miss this only chance to get the truth from him. Wayne, is now a good time for a talk? I wanted to talk to you about something important to do with Tanya.
What's wrong with Tanya?
Actually, she got pregnant.
She did?
She's saying that you're the father.
Oh, come on now. Is it April Fool's today?
I'm not joking here. I'm dead serious about this, and you need to be too. She saw a gynecologist, so she's pregnant for sure.
What? No way. Seriously? No, this must be some mistake.
I'm sure. I heard it from the doctor myself as well. There's no denying it. So I questioned Tanya some. She insists that you're the father of her child.
Ha! Good one. She's such a jokester. She's my stepdaughter. Saying I got her pregnant is a pretty inflammatory claim. You don't really believe I could do something like that to her, do you?
I didn't want to believe it, but it didn't sound like she was lying. What reason could she have for lying that it was you? She'd only get into more trouble if I knew you were the father. Some random guy at some work party while she was drunk would have been a more convincing lie. I had a DNA test done to see if you were the father like Tanya said you were. While you were sleeping, I took a swab sample from you.
What? That's impossible. You can't do a DNA test on an unborn baby.
Yes, you can. And I did. You can do a DNA test as early as 2 months into pregnancy. I didn't know it until either recently. And it turns out, you are the father of Tanya's baby. So you can drop the act now. Why did you get involved with my daughter? How sick are you?
Well, I guess there's no point in making excuses anymore. Well, here's the truth. I'm really sorry. I lost control of myself one time. Primal instincts took over and I couldn't help myself.
Lost yourself one time? But you told Tanya that you love her more than anything, didn't you?
Well, you know. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. It just felt right to say at the time. But I regret it now, of course.
Spur of the moment, huh?
She's so attractive that I just had to. But I prefer a mature woman like you, of course. It's better to have a real woman who has it all together, you know?
Are you done monologuing? You just sound like you're copying lines verbatim from Pickup Artistry 101 now. It'll take more than that to convince me that you're really sorry.
Don't be so angry, Beth. Do you think I'd really look for a serious relationship with a kid like her? It was a total accident that she got pregnant. It's not her fault. Things like this happen every day. I think it's best to terminate the pregnancy. It'd only cause us all problems if she has the baby, after all.
This is a human being we're talking about, not an old chair you want to throw away. Don't take it so lightly. Do you even realize how big a deal this is? You're not telling Tanya to go get her bangs trimmed at the salon. We're talking about a literal new life here. The way you're handling this is honestly pretty appalling. Actually, Tanya is next to me now.
No way. She must be freaking out, right?
She's crying after looking at your messages.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. You should have told me that Tanya was next to you. That was pretty mean of you, Beth.
I did it because she wanted to know your honest feelings. Even I didn't expect you to be such a two-faced pig, though.
Two-faced pig? Don't get carried away now.
I'm just telling it how it is, and that's just being nice.
Oh, are you mad at me for making Tanya cry? Fine then. She can have the baby. I'll love you and care for you and Tanya both. The four of us can live under one roof. Doesn't that sound like a happy life? Problem solved.
You're an absolute idiot if you think that's ever going to happen.
Huh?
What are you even talking about? Wake up from this insane fantasy, stupid! Why do I need to live with a moron like you? And you said she can have the baby? Who do you think you are, Wayne? You don't have the right to say whether or not she can have the baby. Don't get carried away. You've proven you have absolutely no sense of responsibility.
I'll take responsibility. Just watch me.
Then don't get your stepdaughter pregnant in the first place! How dare you use that word, responsibility! As if you even have a shred of it. I had no idea that you were this depraved and irresponsible.
I told you, I'm sorry about that.
This isn't a problem that's going to magically go away after you apologize, is it? You got my daughter pregnant! And she took the relationship seriously. She was convinced that you had every intention of marrying her. Those dreams of hers were shattered by your remarks earlier. She's in the depths of despair now.
I feel bad for her too. Believe me.
You said that she should give the child up, but it's not that easy, you know? She's blessed with a whole new life. It's not something you can reset without a second thought. Not to mention the anguish Tanya would go through. Don't you even understand that? Don't you have a conscience?
Well, you know, it's easy to say that Tanya should have the baby. But there's no guarantee that the baby would get a good life. It's not as if the baby was made because it was wanted.
It's you and your selfishness that caused this whole thing. Don't treat this as if it's Tanya's problem. This is a you problem.
Sorry.
I've had enough. You need to leave this house.
What? Are you serious?
Of course you're not welcome here after what you did. Anyway, don't you remember? Carl built this house when we were married. It belongs to me, not you.
But I can't find a new place that quickly if you kick me out so suddenly.
That's not my problem. I don't even want to breathe the same air as a lowlife like you. Or have you got the balls to keep living with me after what you did? I'm warning you now, Wayne. If we meet face to face, I don't know what I'll do to you.
On second thought. Yeah, maybe I should leave the house.
I'll send you the divorce papers later. I'll charge you child support too. I won't show you any mercy. I'll request for the highest amount possible. We'll both sue the soul out of you, too.
Oh, come on. You know I don't have much money saved, Beth.
Again, not my problem. You can always squeeze more money out of your assets if you need to. Why don't you start by selling your car and canceling your life insurance? Prepare yourself, you scumbag! Come out of your room, Tanya. I don't want to. I was a fool. There's no point in me living anymore. Don't say that. It's not just your life you've got to take care of now, you know. What will you do with your baby? I finally found out what Wayne was really thinking. He didn't love me in the slightest. Well, he didn't love me either, I guess. But I don't want to give the baby up. I don't care about Wayne anymore. I just want to take care of my baby. Do you think you're capable of raising the baby? What about college? You can't just say these things without planning for the future first. Tanya, you're still young and naive. You're quite ignorant to the ways of the world. It's hard work to raise a kid. You need to give me details of what you plan to do. I'll go to grad school after my degree. And I'll get a job somewhere good after that. Then I want to raise my baby while I work. What are you planning to do until then? Childcare isn't going to take care of itself. Mom, I'm in no position to ask you a favor. I got carried away and said so many horrible things to you. You can say that again. It was really embarrassing how you behaved towards me. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I was wrong. Please, help me out here. I'm begging you. What exactly would that help entail? Please help me graduate from college. I'm asking you to help me with childcare until I get a job. Please, Mom. You'll be independent from me after you graduate and get a job, right? Yes. Understood. I'm working too, so we should look for a preschool or at least a daycare. Are you really sure? I can't say no if that's what you really want to do. Honestly, I'm still upset, but I can't refuse to help my daughter just because of that. Not to mention my future grandchild. You won't ditch me? I bet you're really disappointed in me. You must hate my guts. I must look like a foolish little girl from your perspective. Parents always help their children, no matter what they've done. I knew that a time like this might come when I first had you. It's also my fault for remarrying someone so hopeless. Thank you, Mom. I can't apologize or thank you enough. You should learn from me, Tanya. Raising a child is no small task. All your troubles don't finish after the first 10 years. Being a parent is for life. That's just what parents need to go through. Wayne and I got divorced right away after that. We sucked as much child support as we could from Wayne, as well as suing him for emotional damages. I requested the highest possible amount that he could afford to pay. Surprisingly, Wayne agreed to the amount without putting up any fight. I guess he was scared of my attitude and the intense stares I was giving him. Meanwhile, Tanya took time off college to have the baby, but I'll be sure to let her graduate. I think it'd be a real shame for her to drop out of the degree program at this point. Even during her time off and her belly growing big, Tanya was studying hard so she can fulfill her end of the promise. I could feel her burning desire to support her baby with everything she had. I can't say I'm proud of how my daughter treated me when she first told me she was pregnant. But I let it go because she seemed genuinely sorry from the bottom of her heart. She may be an adult in the eyes of the law, but in reality, she's young and got time to learn from mistakes. I want her to be a strong and admirable mother who her child can look up to as a role model. That's all I hope for from Tanya.